Hello and welcome to the start of a brand new playthrough. We're here with a Pokemon X randomized Nuzlocke. As me, like many other people, I am incredibly excited for the Pokemon Legends game coming out next year in 2025, confirmed at the last Pokemon Direct, as it was said that it was going to be taking place in Lumiose City, aka Kalos, aka Pokemon X and Y. So we are here because I am excited. It has been a good while since I have last played Pokemon X and Y. It has been a long time, maybe even the first time this has been uploaded to the channel. I don't know if there has been a single other Pokemon X and Y video up on this channel at all, actually, which is crazy to say because there's been so much Pokemon content over the years. But we are here, ready to go ahead and get things set off. That is a randomized Pokemon. Okay, that is a good sign. We have a Scraggy on the screen, which obviously would not normally be there. It would normally be a Skiddo or something like that. It would, either way, be something exclusive to Gen 6, which means that our game is good and randomized. So, I'm excited, because it's been a long time since I've played through this game, but we are going to have to talk about the rules very, very briefly while I set up my character, as not everyone knows what a randomized Nuzlocke is. So, first and foremost, the rules. We have ourselves the full game randomized. Every Pokemon is replaced with another Pokemon. Every Mega, specifically, is replaced with another Mega. That is one thing that is exclusive to this game that does not normally happen in randomized Nuzlockes. Normally it's just anything for anything. In this game, Megas will be replaced with other Megas, so when they do their funny animation like, wow, my bracelet's going, that will actually still be a Mega on their team. Which is obviously a downside for us, because we aren't necessarily going to be able to find a Mega, because we'd also need to find our randomized item for the Mega Stone and the Pokemon that fits with it, which does give the enemy a little bit of an advantage. I also did add one extra rule to this randomizer, and that is, if with the 3DS games, when randomizing, you can actually go ahead and give important trainers an extra Pokemon, which is randomized. So I have gone ahead and given gym leaders and important trainer fights, like our rival battle, they are going to have an extra Pokemon thrown on as well, which will be randomized, to hopefully add a little bit to the challenge. With that out of the way, though, there is also the Nuzlocke part. The Nuzlocke part, nice and simply, we can only catch the first Pokemon on each route that we encounter. If our Pokemon dies, it is gone forever, sent to the dead realm of the box limbo where it will never escape. And we also nickname all of our Pokemon to try and get ourselves attached to the Pokemon we are using. That should be it for the rules. I do also like the clauses of Shiny Claws and Wobbuffet Claws. If we encounter a Wobbuffet and we die to a Wobbuffet, we don't count it because Wobbuffet is silly and Destiny Bonds and counters and all of that. And Shiny Claws, if there's a shiny Pokemon, we can still use it regardless of the circumstances. That's normally what I like to implement, and I think I'm going to be implementing them as well. Just want to get that clarified at the start before anyone goes, you don't cheat. You know, I don't want any of that. So, we are here with our good old Pokemon X playthrough, which we are definitely playing on the 3DS, on Pokemon X. Alright, I shook my game cartridge really hard to make sure that we could play this. Obviously, there was a little bit of a scandal that happened with Yuzu getting sued for emulators. Let me just clarify again. Yeah, it's right here. I just shook the game cartridge really hard to randomize it, right? Just so we're all on the same page. So, I've kind of been skipping over the intro a little bit here while I've been talking about things, but we are getting through the good old tutorial, waking up in our parents' house, getting dressed for the day. We're going to go and get ourselves a Pokemon, a randomized starter Pokemon, obviously. So, I'm kind of excited. This is a little bit of a breath of fresh air. We apparently mixed those words together. But it's been a long time since I've played through Pokemon X and Y, as I've said. So I might actually misremember some things, as it has been a minute or two. So we have Serena and Shauna. I do remember their names. There's also Trevor and Piano, I think, are the other two. I think I remember everyone's names correctly, although it's been a good minute. It's crazy to think how old these games are nowadays compared to some of the new ones, but welcome to Vanderbilt Town. My name's Serena, I'm your neighbor, and I'm Shauna. Great to meet you. Guess what? We've come to get you. That's incredibly threatening. You can't just say that as an opening to someone you're meeting for the first time. I want to run back inside, alright? I don't know what Pokemon they have. They might actually be out to get me. The esteemed Professor Sycamore lives here in the Kalos region. I was told he has a request for 5 kids, including us. But I'm a little surprised he knows who you are. You did just move to Vanderbilt after all. We'll wait for you in the next town over, and you know what? We're going to get a Pokemon. That's right, and you're probably gonna get bad Pokemon than me, but we'll see. Come on, hurry. Let's go. There's also the Rhyhorn, right? Show me the Rhyhorn. Show me the Rhyhorn. There he is. Precious. He's EP. He's EP. Okay. Alright, we are going to go right for Route 1. That is one downside to this game. There's no Pokemon we can get on Route 1, huh? Yeah, I guess that's an encounter missed already, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, there's no Route 1 encounter in this game. Hey, Kalos, this way. Over here. Alright. Show me the goodies. We were just talking about you. Come on, have a seat. This is the meeting place, Kalos. I'm scared for my starters. I'm scared. You know, normally I go into it pretty confident. I'm scared. This is the meeting place, Kalos. Here, let me introduce you. Everyone, this is Kalos. Wow, Shauna's description was spot on. So Kalos, this is Tiano. He's got some serious dance moves. And this is Trevor. He never misses a single question on his tests. He's a little shy. We get nicknames in this game. I just remembered. Alright, nice to meet you. You know, it'd feel like we're a closer crew if we call each other by nicknames. Oh, we can... Ooh, we get to play around a little bit here, don't we? Okay. Can I call you C Meister? I like that. I like that. No, wait, he's a little C for short. Nope. 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 What do you think, Trevor? What? You want me to nickname someone I just met? Shauna, you shouldn't put people on the spot like this. Well, how about something low-key? Maybe like Big C. Nope. Nope. C Meister, I don't hate. I don't hate C Meister. It's kind of silly, but I don't hate it. However, we could also pick our own, and we could get very silly with it. So we're obviously going to be doing that. I'm going to need them to call me Goober. That's how you know that you're close with someone, is when you can call them Goober and get away with it. I want to be a goofy Goober, so Goober it is. And I hope that they only call me that. I want the professors to call me that. I should have just nicknamed myself Goober in the beginning. This shouldn't even be a nickname. This should be what my parents called me. I should be called Goober. I'm sure we're going to be great friends, so I'll call you that too. Hey, can we see the new Pokemon now? I want to meet my new partner soon. I want to see a legendary alongside a Caterpie and a Weedle. Alright, I still haven't seen that happen yet. It's got to happen in one of my randomizers eventually. Yeah, there's got to be a legendary with a Caterpie and a Weedle, and I'm ready for it. I know, right? It was such a cool feeling when Trevs and I met our Pokemon. Hope you feel the same way we did. Moment of truth. Okay, well, we kind of see them all at once. There's not a legendary with a Caterpie and a Weedle, I'll tell you that right now. I don't know if this is better than I expected or worse. Man, this is... Hi, Grimer Belly. First issue I see. If we pick Inkay, evolving it might be difficult. Because you would normally evolve an Inkay by holding your 3DS upside down, which I can obviously definitely do with my 3DS right here, that is definitely on right now. I could definitely do that, of course, but I don't know how that works if you were perhaps not on a 3DS. So I don't know about that. Slugma... Slugma's a Slugma. Slugma gets Yawn. Slugma gets Yawn pretty early. I don't know if it's level 5, but it gets Yawn early. I know that. Grimer I don't see doing much for us. I mean, poisoning things could be good if we're ever in like a stalemate in like a really drawn out battle. I'm leaning more towards Slugma. I mean, it's not a good Pokemon necessarily, but Yawn is good for catching Pokemon early, and that I do appreciate. Inkay also gets Hypnosis, I think. So while it wouldn't be good late game, because I don't know how the evolution would work, it would be good early for Hypnosis. So it's between Slugma and Inkay. It depends on if I want to try and carry the starter through a lot of the game with Slugma, because I feel like that would be better evolved, or if we want to go with Inkay, Hypnosis. Yawn at the end of the day is just more consistent than Hypnosis, so I think I've lent towards Slugma. Good old Slugma Nuts. That's the Pokemon that we're choosing for our starter. Are we calling it Nuts? Can I call it Slugma Nuts? Is that something I can do early? Because I'll do it. Alright, I don't care. Would you like to give your Pokemon a nickname? We can do it early. Yep, okay, we don't have to go into a battle with it first. What if we just called it Nuts? We all know what this means, right? It doesn't need to be too on the nose. Plus, I can still like it if it's just called Nuts, because I can try and separate the Slugma and the Nuts. This is a disaster of a first episode. Okay, you decided on the nickname Nuts. Yep, I am Goober, and I have my great Pokemon Nuts. This is the most immature start to a playthrough we've had in a while. Okay, my partner is Froakie. I sure hope that's not actually what it is. It should... I think I chose the option to make the starters carry through on rivals through the whole game, so they should have the other two Pokemon, which I was not thinking about at the start, actually. I'm going to have to fight both of them. I don't know if we will win against the Grimer. The Grimer might poison us. But once again, I would like to clarify, there is the Nuzlocke rule. If the Nuzlocke does not start until we get Pokeballs. I did forget to mention that at the start. I'm not making that up just now. Nuzlocke does not start until we get Pokeballs. I apologize for not saying that earlier. Pardon me, but I have something for you from the professor as well. I have something that will help you understand Pokemon on a much deeper level. A good old Pokedex. So you see, the Pokedex I just gave you is a high-tech device that automatically records the Pokemon you encounter. The reason you get one is because the professor wants us to go on a journey with our Pokemon and complete the Pokedex. But in another way, it's an important mission from the professor. I'm sure of it. Oh, lighten up, Trebs. You're way too serious sometimes. Goober. That's me. Please take this with you too. It's a letter from the professor. Dad, you should give it to your mom. Professor's letter. I'm glad that we don't get Pokeballs, right? We don't get Pokeballs? Alright, we're done with our errand for the professor. I guess Trebs and I will go look for Pokemon. Let's go, Trebs. No Pokeballs? In Kalos, kids are chosen to carry a Pokedex and go on an adventure. But you need to give that letter to your mom before you go. Alright, no Pokeballs. Good. They battle me, right? Right? Yeah, okay, they do. Hi. Goober, wait. I'm gonna giggle at this so much. You're gonna be my opponent in my Pokemon battling debut. Okay, little Froakie, it's our first battle, but it's not actually a Froakie. You actually have Inkay. No. Grimer. Grimer? Grimer, okay. This'll be actually interesting. What moves do I have, first of all? I did not randomize moves. I only ever randomize, you know, the Pokemon themselves. I don't like randomizing their movesets. We also have an item. We have a Chesto Berry. 13 special attack is not bad. We have Magma Armor, so we can't be frozen. That's meh. We do start with Ember, which is nice, and we start with Yawn. And we also start with Smoke to poison things. This is a very good starting moveset. I am actually okay with the Slugma right now. I'll start with a Yawn. Sure, we may as well get a Sleep Off, as it's just free, you know, can't miss. Harden, that is fine. We're going to be hitting it on the special side, so that does not matter at all. While we get into this battle, which I imagine is going to be a little bit of a battle of attrition, I would also like to say, when I was actually digging around for like my Pokemon X and Y cartridges, which I'm definitely using right now, definitely not just for a bit, I actually found my old, like, game packs, and I forgot just how many DS and 3DS games I have. I had to, like, actually rummage through to find them, because I was struggling to find them in amongst the amount of DS and 3DS games I have. It is crazy, the amount. I had honestly forgotten how many I had. I forgot how many games were even made for those devices. This was definitely like the era of my childhood where I was playing the most games, because I had every DS game, basically. Like, if a DS game came out, I was like grabbing it. Obviously, that's not true. I didn't have every single one. Like, I had a lot of DS games. A lot of DS games. So, it was kind of nice just, like, looking through my old games. You're amazing, Goober. Here, let me fix up your Pokemon. You did not do that much damage to me. Say hi to your mom for me. Does Serena not battle us as well? Was this not, like, the start of the both rivals battling at the start? That was more Gen 5 for Bianca, right? Either way, I think she battles us at some point. Hi, I'm back. So, what did you and the neighbor kids end up doing? I got your Slugma nuts. Wait 1 second, Kalos. Is that a Pokeball you have there? You got your own Pokemon? Lucky you. How about that? You're a Pokemon trainer now too. Congratulations. Ah, a letter for me. It says it's from somebody named Sycamore. What could it be? A love letter? Yep, that's what it is. What do we have here? A request. Oh, hi, C. Kalos. We've barely unpacked and all kinds of exciting things are happening. Okay, let's get you in Chespin. What? My what now? I don't have one of those. Ready for your journey. I don't have no Chespin. You are, Kalos. I even packed a change of clothes. That's right, we get fashion in Gen 6. Fashion. I should have chosen the female character for the fashion, because the female gets so many more options. I messed up. I've goofed it. I've goofed it. It's just like a sudden last burst of speed from a racer in a Rhyhorn race. You made friends, you met your Pokemon, and now you get to take a lap around Kalos. Oh, and don't forget this. The town map, which I will never look at ever. You know how to use a town map, right? Nope. But I will pretend I do. I'll never do it. Like the town map from the back whenever you want to use it, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do it. The only way that we're going to be seeing a whole overview of the region is when we get Fly. And not a second before. Hey, Rhyhorn, buddy. I like the Rhyhorn at the start of the game. Haha, what a card. I guess Rhyhorn just wanted to just give you a big send-off for your journey. Well, it has known you since you were born after all. Good luck, Kalos. Go for broke, and don't worry. You'll have Pokemon by your side, so you'll be fine. I will until they die. Then I won't have them by my side anymore, and that will be incredibly depressing, actually. But let's not think about that right now. Right now, our Pokemon are alive and well. Until we get Pokeballs, and then deaths can happen. Serena does not battle us. I thought she battled us a little bit earlier. This is what I'm on about. It's been a while since I've played through, just Gen 6 in general in a while, actually. Welcome, this is a specialized Oh, no. A specialized shop that only sells Pokeballs. No, does that mean they're available? Ah, Nuzlocke begins. Okay, alright, we're not even being given Pokeballs. Yeah, Nuzlocke has started. Alright, deaths can happen. I only have one Pokemon. If we battle Serena right now, deaths can happen. I'm saying it. This is the start. It would be a very quick episode and playthrough if we died right at the start, but it can technically happen, I guess. It would be a very funny video. How can we humans possibly feel well when our Pokemon aren't feeling well? Come see me anytime your Pokemon aren't doing well, I'll take care of them. This is just like the Pokemon Center of this town, I guess. Is there anything else I can get? Can I buy anything? Can I buy anything to help me? Welcome, we only sell the best potions. Yes. 6 potions is a lot, but like, if I lose my Pokemon, I lose. So, I guess we're spending all of our money. There's no reason to be stingy with our money when we are, at the scariest part of the game. Realistically, I do think it's actually the scariest part of the game right at the very beginning when you're, like, trying to catch your second Pokemon. I do think that is the scariest time of the game. Up until you have something really bad happen where you accidentally let, something belly drum. Right, then that becomes the scariest part of the game, obviously. Hey, Pokemon Trainer, if you set foot in the tall grass, a wild Pokemon will pop out. You'll be fine, because your partner Pokemon will battle for you. I read that the wrong way around, and I tried to correct it in my head, but I really didn't need to, it still made sense. Route 2. This would normally be a scripted Pidgey, I think. This is going to be our encounter. Whatever this scripted level 2 Pidgey becomes when we set foot into this middle patch of grass, that is our encounter. Please be something nice and easy to catch. It is preferably not a water or rock type or ground type. That's ideal situations. Not super effective against Slugma. Okay. Level 3 as well. Okay. Good news. Frillish is not too scary and gives us really good coverage if we can catch it. If we can catch the Frillish between the 2 Pokemon, that's really good coverage. On the other hand, I want to yawn it, and I'm afraid of getting hit by a water type move. I'm going to yawn it. We outspeed. That's good. That's good. I like that. Water Sport. Not spout. Not water spout, my heart. Okay, I don't like how close those moves are. We should be fine to just Ember it and get a tiddlywink of damage off, really. It's not going to be a lot of damage, but like... Honestly, worst case scenario here is that we burn it. As long as we don't burn it and the yawn goes off, we're fine. That did nothing. It did water sport, to be fair. But I didn't want to use smog and poison it, so that was kind of our option. I'm just going to throw a Pokeball. We're just going to throw a Pokeball. We're not going to think about this too hard. It's asleep. It's level 3. It gets caught. I'm so glad I chose Slugma at the start. I'm so glad that we have sleep. Having sleep at the start is so good. It's so useful. Man, I am so happy that we have this stupid Slugma nuts. I'm so happy for it. And we also catch ourselves the Frillish. The floating Pokemon paralyze the prey with poison, drag them down to their lairs 5 miles below the surface. That's actually incredibly terrifying. I did not know that Pokedex description existed. We are obviously nicknaming all of our Pokemon, and we are naming you Pringles because this is, in fact, the Pringles Man when it evolves, and we're going to hope that it gets there, because at the moment, it is baby. Hopefully it lives long enough to evolve. We will see. We will see. And we can go ahead and see what these two fellow Goobers are up to. We're all going to call each other Goobers. That's how this is going to work. Oh, hi, Goober. Come learn how to catch Pokemon with me. Oh. Yeah, we can probably just skip through this, right? we don't need to worry too much about how to catch a Pokemon. I feel like we kind of got the gist. We did, in fact, give it a go. One other thing that I am considering is I am considering bringing back Question of the Day for this playthrough. I'm considering adding it at the bottom. Obviously, with this layout, we do have 2 screens on the layout, so I don't have the whole Pokemon that are currently in my team section. Instead, we have the second screen. So I might add a Question of the Day down at the bottom. I don't know if I've already put it there, or if I'm going to add it there right now that I'm talking about it. I might have it as, rather than me saying it in the middle of the playthrough, I might just slap it down there at some point, rather than me try and think of something on the spot. Because when I try and think of stuff on the spot, it gets really bad. And that way I can actually be more focused on, you know, not getting my team bullied in the middle of fights and stuff like that. There's our Pokeballs, by the way, which is very nice as well. So I'm probably going to add that a little bit earlier into this playthrough, as I have been focused on other things like explaining the rules and stuff like that. Hopefully, everyone answers, because I still get people answering questions of the day from literally like 6 years ago sometimes, and it still pops up in my notifications when people comment. So hopefully we get a lot of interaction. If anyone has good recommendations for future questions of the day, those would also be appreciated. Those are also valuable. I would like that. I don't like the fact that I can't run from this Combusken. I would like to run from this Combusken. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Hello, please let me just leave the Combusken alone. Okay, cool. That's also a point. Our Pokemon right now, they are not fast. That could be a little bit scary. But let's take a brief look. I'm gonna use my mouse for this. Don't worry about that. We're playing on a 3DS. I just have my mouse is plugged into my 3DS. We have Bubble and Water Sport. Not the craziest moveset, but it is plus special attack minus speed, I believe. Yep, Light Nature, plus special attack nature on the Frillish. That isn't bad. That isn't bad. We are also a modest-natured Slugma. Nice. Nice. While the Pokemon themselves are a little bit underwhelming, because they are both babies, essentially, that are not fully evolved, they do have good natures, which does help make up for that. It does help make up for that. Water Absorb is also great if we're ever fighting a Water type with our Slugma. They cover each other pretty well. Honestly, as far as teams can go, that is not that bad. That is a decent starting point. I am okay with that. Also, I have just realized that we've accidentally named both of our Pokemon after food. This might become a food-themed naming run. We will see. But I feel like that is a good enough place to wrap things up for right now. A little bit of a shorter first episode. And next time, we will get into the actual start of the game, as this was mostly just the tutorial stuff, as first episodes tend to be. So if you guys have enjoyed the start of this new playthrough, please go ahead, leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, bye.